Ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful article in The Observer from 2016. Not a single Democrat held Clinton IT aide in contempt. Blind loyalty on display as Hillary IT aide Brian Pagliano defies 2 congressional subpoenas. 2. That's September 26, 2016 in The Observer. Now, in the Washington Post, they did a segment on this prior to this one. Steve Bannon faces 30 days or 2 years. Okay, it's a misdemeanor. Eric Holder, the Attorney General, was held in criminal contempt of Congress. Not a single Democrat voted to hold Brian Pagliano in contempt after defying 2 demands by Congress to testify. And he's the one who helped set up Clinton's servers for 4 years. Okay, he, along with others, almost certainly, along with Clinton, helped transfer top secret and special access program intelligence and classified data from secure government locations within the United States government. Obviously, classified data cannot just roam around. So that team, whether it was Pagliano or Clinton or her attorneys or other people who were servicing those servers, they transferred that classified. Jake Sullivan was one of those people, actually, from what I remember. They transferred, at least in terms of an email, at least in terms of one piece of classified data, but they transferred top secret and special access program and classified data from the U.S. government onto servers running outside of the United States government. It's impossible. You cannot do that. That's a crime. The wonderful Federal Bureau of Investigation and James Comey specifically couldn't find intent. They couldn't find intent to for Clinton to hide her communication, going to such lengths as transferring somehow classified data onto servers running outside of the United States government. Okay. I wrote about this. I've talked about this endlessly, but Democrats didn't care about congressional subpoenas. The interesting thing is, you have this, they're not optional type of thing when it's Bannon who ignores the subpoena. Oh my God. And by the way, there was a criminal probe pertaining to Clinton. There's no criminal probe in DC. Well, let's see. They're trying to, I guess Trump is not under criminal investigation. Let's put it that way. Clinton was. Trump is not under criminal investigation because he didn't commit a crime. That's why they haven't indicted him. That's why they have this show trial with Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. So hit subscribe, by the way, to this channel. Hit subscribe to the Nuclear Confrontation and Stock Market Crash channel. I have an important segment right after this one on there. And tonight I will have my long-awaited segment on the Bitcoin 10K oil prices 150 recession channel. So go ahead and subscribe to all 3 channels, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below in the pinned comment. But it's really interesting because Jason Chaffetz and Republicans issued 70 subpoenas in 2016. Okay? They were all, almost all of them were ignored. And Democrats said, it was just partisan, and it was here. House Republicans issued more than 70 subpoenas and letters investigating Hillary Clinton just since the Bureau's decision on emails in July. It wasn't the Bureau to decide, that's why Comey was fired. It was the Attorney General. Then you have the House Democrats, Steny Hoyer, saying, with their barrage of unwarranted attacks through subpoenas and letters, House Republicans are engaged in a blatant partisan campaign to discredit Secretary Clinton at the expense of American taxpayers and congressional resources. Gee, isn't that interesting? Look how things are different when they're the ones who must testify for actual criminal activity. Like, Trump didn't have servers with top secret. They get away. Like, Democrats get away with so much. By the way, really quickly, I was watching a debate really quickly between Jordan Peterson and a liberal YouTuber, very well-known liberal YouTuber. Median income hit record high in 2019 before the you-know-what census says. Median U.S. household income was $68,700 in 2019, the highest since 1967. Okay? So Trump never abandoned the working class. And you get this nonsense. So you abandoned the working class because of outsourcing. There was a... Even if outsourcing was increased a tiny bit from when President Obama was in office, because outsourcing was rampant during President Obama's tenure, that doesn't mean that Trump abandoned the working class like the statement was kind of thrown out. Median income was the highest it's been. It's lower now. The poverty rate now in February of 2022 is 14.4%. Okay? This is a year and a half after Democrats pushed gleefully to shut down economic activity. It was around 10% with Trump in 2019. Okay, poverty rate lower. People were making more money. There are other examples, too, of how... income and poverty in the United States 2019. I mean, I could read this. This is from census.gov. Median household income was $68,703 in 2019, an increase of 6.8%. From the 2018 median income of $64,324. 2019 real median incomes of family households increased 7.3% and 6.2% from their 2018 estimates. This is the fifth consecutive annual increase. Okay, so you had people making more money, not less money, even with outsourcing, because there was like the rebuttal, the claim was, well, there was outsourcing, and so therefore Trump abandoned the working class. Like, no, working class people, or the average American, was making more money with less inflation. Real wages were up 1.4%. So between 2018 and 2019, the real median income of all workers, full-time and year-round workers, increased 1.4%. They're down 4.4% now. So it's Biden who absolutely abandoned the working class and every class of every segment within the United States population. Okay? You can look. Poverty, worse than under Trump. Median income, worse than under Trump. Real wages, worse than under Trump. So, I mean, and that's just really quickly, like, you can just look. So there was this rebuttal, well, you know what, outsourcing increased under Trump. And then the response to that is, well, how much of the outsourcing was done in his last year in office? Because there was, by several estimates, 300,000 to 500,000 new manufacturing jobs. There was a net loss of manufacturing jobs under President Obama of I think, over 150,000. There was an increase in manufacturing jobs up until 2020. So by almost every standard, Trump was much better for working class people than definitely than Biden, but than President Obama as well. Anyway, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not difficult to refute the absurd nonsense. It's not difficult to refute the hysterical, apoplectic reaction to Bannon or Trump. Not that it's like, I'm not like the biggest fan of Steve Bannon at all. But in terms of economics or in terms of politics, his brand of politics is less detrimental than the Democratic Party's brand, which relies on intelligence agents or partisan intelligence chiefs, okay, like James Comey, who covered up Clinton's crime, so there's criminal behavior there. I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. I want to do 2016 all over again, okay? Or Clinton DeSantis 2024. Okay, so you're talking to somebody, so I want all of those people who think that Trump abandoned the working class to tell their viewers to vote for Clinton yet again. Okay, after she cheated Bernie Sanders and whatever, transferred top secret intelligence onto servers. But the issue here is that you couldn't find more disingenuous, duplicitous. You couldn't find a more disingenuous political system than the Democratic Party with media, intelligence agents, and the hypocrisy of an IT aide that helped transfer top secret and special access program. He almost certainly did. I'm not saying I know that he did. I don't know. But he was the top person that helped set up those servers. One of the people that helped set up the servers. So you're talking about actual crimes committed, and then Bannon not basically doing what Democrats did, and of course they go after him. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now to this channel. Go to the Nuclear Confrontation and Stock Market Crash channel